everything else, and then we'll get started. Let's see. It's just, actually, that should not be playing that song, I don't think. Copyright free music, in theory. There we go. I'll turn it down. I actually like this one. This one's pretty good. We are muted. We're good. All right, Miss Barbara, will you pretty please check our hearts and then we will get started?
Yes, I will. Father, in the name of Jesus, Lord, we come before you, Father, thanking you, Lord, for all that you do and continue to do in our lives. Father, we thank you, Lord, because your word is yes and amen. Father, we thank you, Lord, that you said in your word, Father, that you would give us the desires of our heart, Father, and it is you who gives us the power to get wealth, Father. We thank you, Lord, for your guidance today. We thank you for your protection. We thank you, Father, that as if we ask for wisdom, Father, you said in your word that you would give it to us without reproach. And we thank you, Lord, as we gather to study to show ourselves approved, Father, that you continue to just bless us, Father, that we be a blessing to others. We give you praise in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen. All right, guys, I'm going to pull up the chat, make sure. Well, that's not what I wanted to pull up. That's a big old, almost hung up on you guys. That's so rude. So, so rude. I'll try that again. There we go. Small. We like that. I've got the participants up and then the chats. There, that's better. That's the view I'm going for. Trying to figure out where to put this on all these screens. But as you guys know, we're giving away prop firms every single week on the YouTube channel. So please make sure you guys are tuning in. All the conditions and everything that you need to, I think it's like, click, share, or something. It's different every week. So disclaimer, you guys already know this. The good, the bad, the ugly. We're here to hang out. We're here for education and entertainment purposes only. And of course, today's the last day for the Apex 90% off. This is usually when I go buy accounts. Kind of sucks that all of them kind of renew at the same time. But either way, this is when I go load up, pass as many as whatever, trade them accordingly, maybe a couple of them at a time, and just go low and slow as we perfect that skill. But that's the last day. Obviously, that little link tree is going to give you access to all the different firms and everything that we work with. If somebody is DMing you some random thing, please know it's not me. I would be a billionaire if I just scammed people out of $3,000 crypto bits every day. But since I'm not doing that, I'm not yet a billionaire. So there's that. Obviously take Profit Trader, Blue Guardian, et cetera, et cetera. You guys know the drill. That's that. So I'm going to minimize close that, minimize that. Let's go over to the news calendar. I hope I filtered this well. If I'm missing something, feel welcome to correct me, because honestly, it takes a community, it takes a village. And I have no shame in saying that. 8:30, we saw a little bit of a pump this morning. This Wednesday. Let's go to Thursday. 8:30, we did see a little bit of a pump. This was all the things that were happening. We've got 10 a.m. home sales, gas, bill auctions, and federal balance sheet. You would think that this has more sway, but of course it doesn't. But some bozo talking, sorry if you love him, but that has more sway for some ungodly reason. So the balance is not that important, but this is somehow important. So I'll never understand all that. But this is a cool little feature. It's a beta product on Tradingview. It's their version of Financial Juice, essentially. And it's minute by minute. Some of the times it's rolling in second by second. So it's just giving you all the things that are kind of going on that you may need to know. That may be the reason we got the 1,000-point candle we couldn't, explain or confirm. So something to keep your eye out for. Financial Juice, things you need to know, the market risk today. You guys all already kind of have all that. There's still so much going on in the housing market. There's still so much going on with inflation, tariffs, our president, and just everything. The economy is doing its thing. Of course, they redefine recession, but you guys already know we're in the middle of the thick of it. So this obviously isn't going to update, but yesterday we closed up on the day. Not up. We closed down, but still failed to fill that gap. On the day yesterday, that's kind of what we're looking at. This is not going to update until a little bit after opening bell. So we'll hopefully see what that looks like. And fear index is looking a little bit higher than it's been. So are we looking for a bullish market? We shall see. So now all the way back over to our actual template. Again, yesterday just got chopped up right on the direction, messy on the trades. That's part of it, right? It's always easy in hindsight to be like, well, this is what I'm going to do, or this is how this will work. When you add tech problems, this broker did, well, this account didn't let me take a trade. So it kind of saved me on one of the positions, worked out fine. When you add news candles, when you add just everything going on in and around the world, it's always easy in hindsight. Hindsight traders, or here's my closed trade traders, that's easy. The real-time stuff, a little bit messy. Overall, we're up on the week. We'll have that report for you out by today, really, because we don't have the big runners we used to with our other classes. So we'll see how that all turned out. But I'm going to go up to the hour. Is that music too loud? Please let me know. Special good morning to you, William, because you're always on it. Special good morning to you. Just scrolling through. Good morning, Wally. And turn off my indicators. We have 6 minutes to opening bell. This chart is getting pretty messy. We did manage to fill this area up here. This is ES. We have come down. We have not filled this gap. I mean, does this count? It did hit this previous level, which I would count this as definitely touched. Haven't quite filled it. And if we go look at some of the other instruments, you're going to find more of the same. We have an inside candle formation here, which is giving us a bullish trade signal on the day. You've got this imbalance up here that we could be looking to trade into. I'm going to try to keep as many of the important things on our charts as possible, but we've already made our high, so we can remove these. We ended up targeting those, which we knew we were going to get targeted, but when we kept missing them, we were looking for that sell. So got the sell, worked out fine. That was a good trade. That was really the big trade on the day. It was just messy to be part of. But this is ES. I'm looking to potentially come up into this area if we are buying. This is a nice little imbalance, fair value gap. Fair value gap. Look at me not talking. Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, good morning. But let's see. We'll see how this goes. So that's ES. Gold, just to get some different perspective. Called this one, we could call a great trade yesterday as well. And I didn't take it personally, but overall, this is where we're sitting. So we're starting to flatten out a little bit. This dotted line was the take profit that we were looking at. We came really close into that. We ended up missing it. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Beautiful trade overall. And then, of course, this was the next low we discussed. So those are not significant. We've got pre-market high, pre-market low, yesterday's high, and yesterday's low. And those are during business hours, during regular trading hours. So now I want to see, because we're sitting in between, obviously you're going to be mostly in between pre-market high and pre-market low, but we're sitting in between this super big area, this previous level of support. So this area of interest, if you look to the left, I really want to see us break out of this before I'm looking for a major direction. YM has come down more to fill more of that gap than we saw on ES. We like that a lot. We came up to this first level. We missed all the next ones. So I'm going to go ahead and remove. These are still relevant areas, but we don't need them on our chart today right now. So I'm trying to clean it up a little bit because it's getting messy. Messy. I'm going to turn this down a smidge. Just a smidge. There we go. Because it's louder to me, maybe. I don't know for sure. But we have filled this gap, literally probably to the tick. So again, we'd be targeting this imbalance. If we're going to be moving to the upside, this is where I'm trying to take it. If we break above, cool, we know we're going to the high. If we fail to break above, cool. So we come into this range, form our wicks, get our smaller time frame confirmations. I'd be looking to see if we can't sell this back down, but that's the target area that we're looking for. Pre-market high, yesterday's low, pre-market low. So I'd like to see what we're going to do. We're really tight in this area. We've already broken above currently as we speak yesterday's low. So we're kind of come open in that range. That's opening range, that dotted line there. That was yesterday's close, the dotted line, if that's what that is. So ES, oh no, sorry, not ES, NQ, our last one. Again, right on the trade, messy on the execution. That is part of real trading. And the whole idea is just to keep at it. That's all it is to keep at it. If you don't have what it takes, I would love to be the loving person to help talk you through and walk you through it. But trading is going to mess you up mentally. It's mental warfare. You've got to be able to handle it. Otherwise, there's nothing under the sun me or anybody else can help with. So here's our nice imbalance. We've already filled that area, so I'm not going to be looking as much of this. We've already done that, and we've taken it, retested it, and we're coming back into it. So I'm going to go ahead and take this box. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and use it for this imbalance, because if we are buying up, I'm going to have to zoom in a little bit. If we are buying up, we are looking at that area, and we've already kind of came into that area a little bit. So this is going to be an interesting situation. On a bigger time frame, what is it, the hour? We have potential head and shoulders forming on some of these instruments. Very crooked, but we're pushing up. I mean, either way, we're currently pushing up. That's yesterday's close. We're already getting above yesterday's close, so kind of flat from yesterday, 1 minute to opening bell. Pre-market low, straight in that imbalance. Unlike ES, we have not filled, sorry, YM, we have not filled this gap. Still pretty large gap to the downside. Pretty large sitting there. So this one is definitely more important and significant than this one, but it's up to the market at the end of the day. Take that off. We don't need that. And ding, 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 ding. I have a little lucky bell in my kitchen. I should go grab it and then use that when opening bell starts. Here's opening bell. We're on the 2-minute time frame. We know we'd be targeting at least one. Make sure that's set. Yes. And now we're waiting our 2 minutes. 2 minutes. We like that candle. I've got ES off screen, wick to the downside. That pre-market candle being a big bullish candle the way it is, we're going to have to completely engulf it and retest it to confirm that sell side. Because that pre-market candle is a perfect bullish momentum. Beautiful candle. Good morning. How are you guys doing? What are you guys looking at the most? Ooh, nice wick to the downside. Remember, this is our pre-market high. Technically, that is now. We've got 50 seconds left on this candle. We pushed down, failed to even break the previous candle low. 30 seconds left. And we are pushing. ES, very comparable. That's yesterday's close. So we're really sitting at yesterday's close. So nothing to write home about in overnight action. 16 seconds left. Gold is trying to sell. But you're coming up against some pretty important support there. Something to consider. That's 3. So 4 a.m. Our lowest point since 4 a.m. is right there. We'll need to break that low to confirm on the gold sell. Off screen, I've got up the 1 minute, and that just beautiful, beautiful price action. Honestly, I like ES. Most of my books are made up of ES right now. A little bit of a few other things. NQ trying to come down. ES trying to come down. Gold breaking out. We've officially broken. We've got a minute left on that candle. That's the sell I'd be looking for. It's only one contract. That's not even gonna let me do anything. That's a 2-minute. Very late execution. Holy cow. Very, very late. Since I can't monitor all of this, I'm going to put that up outside that range. I'm going to bring this down and see what we get there. ES is still kind of sitting in that range. NQ is still kind of sitting in that range. Let's see what we get. That fill was awful. It was moving too fast. That fill was bad, bad, bad. Coming into there. We're breaking out on NQ. We're trying to. NQ is still sitting in the range. ES is trying to. Rises 2.3 points. This is our ES, so beautiful. We definitely want some follow through. We're not getting any though. And NQ is pushing back up. So ES tapped, but nothing to write home about. Gold's pushing up. I'm just tracking the percentage. We're trying. Minute left on this 2-minute candle, but NQ and ES are diverging just a bit. We like this three candle pattern. Even on a standalone without the breakout, if we can close below this candle, we've got a bearish signal. Okay. We need to close below preferably. We've got 45 seconds left. We're trying to do something, but nothing's happening. Yes. I'll be giving it that much room plus some targeting. That's pre-market. That's yesterday's low. Consolidation. Because of this overnight action, I'm not looking, I was hoping for like a really smooth New York open, but we're really not getting it too much. We've got 4 seconds left in this candle. Let's see if we can't pop back in a little bit. So we've got our close outside of the box. Okay. Oh, it won't give me my orders if I do it that way. Let this come in to retest a little bit. But it's pushing up pretty hard on the smaller time frame. And you're sitting at the potential VWAP right here on the, what is it, the 1 minute? And NQ is just picking up. Nothing yet on ES. We've wicked around, we're trying, got a really late fill. I probably clicked the button somewhere in and around here and I got filled all the way down there. Targeting those lows. Let's see what we can't get. I really want to lock it, but I don't think that's in the cards. NQ is trying to push up. That's our buyout. Yes. No sell. Yet. Nothing. Was patient watching price action. We valid strategy. We broke out of the box. That's a breakout. Valid 100%. Just being a little bit more cautious. We got chopped up yesterday, mostly because of news. We're trying there. And then Q is just still sitting inside and this is not a huge time frame. It's a 2-minute range. So we officially have what? The 5-minute range is formed. We're sitting at a pivot on NQ. On ES. Let's see. We bounced off pretty well. Nothing yet. But we're being patient. And I feel like that gets a little bit of brownie points. Okay. Hard to do. Hard to do when you're leading a class or a group. Definitely hard to do. NQ, still patient. I'd love to see us come tap into these levels real quick. If it's in the cards before we try to sell, but it doesn't look like it. It's trying it again. So now what is that? A minute left on this candle. If we can close below 50% of that, I will take that as an aggressive entry. I just need us to close below 50% of that range. Need to close below it. Doesn't look like we're getting that either. We're really bouncing around. Another 3 candle formation. No, no. That's a big no. And that's our exit. 40 seconds left on this candle. I'm going to go lock gold here in a second. That's 186 ticks. That's a very large stop loss. We've got 30 seconds left on this candle. And we're trading up against just, this is where we closed yesterday. So again, we're not going to be going for a whole bunch. I'm going to be patient, let this candle close, hopefully wick back in a little bit and catch our order. Sadly, it won't give us the, oh, come on, you know you want to grab my order. Doesn't want to grab it. Nice big wick.
We're waiting for a retracement on that, right?
Yeah, I could have actively ordered. I didn't. So now I'm missing that move. It didn't come and just give me that 2 ticks on the process. Yes. In a buy, can't unbe in a buy. I'm going to gold. I'm going to go ahead and lock gold up 320 bucks. We just hit the full range. You can decide, hey, I'm done. I don't want any more. Or you can decide whatever you want to do. I missed my NQ, which is fine. I'm going to lock, which might not be the best idea because you can get out with your full amount, right? Now versus letting it pull back up. You don't have to let it pull back up. But either way, I'm not having my stop loss any higher than this. If you're deciding not to lock, you're in profit there. NQ, you missed the order. It just took off. I was trying to wait for a little bit of a more cautious entry and it just took off. And then ES is trading. Gold just knocked us out in profit with stop loss. And NQ took off without us, without me. Me at least. Without me. See, I like pending orders when I'm not being cautious, because if I'm not being cautious, I can literally drop my pending order and then I'm in. I can't unbe in the trade. My only job is to manage it effectively. But when I've already got the break, so just to talk about what I did badly, in my opinion, zooming in, we already had our touch. So we got our touch, right? We already had our literal close, okay? We were coming in to close above and we'd already retested that 50%, right? We've already retested the full length of the range. There's no reason for me to be overly cautious by trying to place this order just literally a couple of ticks down, but I was definitely being overly cautious. ES, here's our ES trade. You can get out when price meets that range. This is not mirrored to a whole bunch of accounts. This is mirrored to one. I'm going to leave this here and now I'm going to go up a time frame. So working to optimize our trades, okay? It's easy to go show, hey, we got a winner, whatever else, but now we want to optimize. if we're able, we want our target to kind of be up in this range. So you can go to a smaller time frame and mirror that with a moving average. You can trade that with candle by candle. You've got a whole host of options. You don't want to give any back, right? But you also want to kind of maximize your entries, because ideally we don't want to have to go get 10 entries today. And that's the problem with trading kind of the smaller contracts. That's the problem with, taking baby wins is, well, now you have to go back in and go get, 5 other trades on the day. We're pulling back now. I'd like to see us get into that range. Really, that's yesterday's. Yesterday's open. I'm gonna go all the way down now to the 2-minute. Not a lot of candles here for me to be babysitting. And I'm not going to be giving that stop loss any more room than this. 50% mark. There's no reason to give that much back. You're up between 200 and 300 bucks. Made your couple hundred on gold. Gold is still dropping. $15-minute range just formed. So if you like your profit, close it and be done. If you like your profit, close it and be done, because 15-minute range is formed. So what are we likely to get? Maybe a wick to the upside, get in some buyers and then pull back to 50% of that range. We don't want to give back all that much. So I'm going to go ahead and close. And that's it. One contract. And as your account grows, you can do the same move with 2 or 3 contracts, the same move over and over again. I got out there. Over and over. Late fill, very late fill. And I'm gonna have to delete this NQ because, well, I'm the problem. Look at that. Looks like we're not in consolidation anymore. But we also have an inside candle formation. What is this, NQ? On the 1 hour. So turn this off. So bullish candle, bearish candle, bullish. At this close, this is the 8 a.m. candle. You've got really good confirmation to get at least a portion of this range. And if this is the range you're looking at, one range of this candle, for example, you've already hit that. You're coming into almost 2. 2 is going to be up here to kind of finish that area up. But we've fulfilled that gap. Now let's see if we get the 10 p.m. unicorn, or God, I can't even remember the new name. What is it? Venom. Venom, the new Venom entry. It's an ICT concept. That's that. Coulda, woulda, shoulda got more. Got our monies on the day. On the day, that's probably give or take only maybe 500. I'll have to look. Let me see if I can't pull up my trade. And I missed NQ. But I don't mind hanging out and waiting to see how this, we've got 13 minutes left on this candle. I would love to see us swing up high on a very tiny time frame, come down, retest, fill this little area of interest and come down. That's what I would be hoping to see. Hopefully. That's on yesterday. But it's a lot of accounts, okay? It's a lot of accounts. Of this level, about 30% of those are funded. Today, more, well, maybe, no, I guess maybe 40%. So baby steps, very, very baby steps. But let's go find the individual account that we just took those trades on and see if we can't show what we did. This should be the right account because I haven't traded any other accounts. That's on the day, just with the trades we took. I don't know how that's possible. 47, that's the wrong account. Try that again. That number's too high. Now I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for my next setup. 15-minute range is formed. Okay, so we've got that gold end. Still watching gold. Gold came down beautifully. Liz, are you still in it? Girl, how much did you make? Well, how many contracts are you trading? I guess more accurate, more importantly, okay? Because if you have, a couple of ATR worth on gold on the micros, it's not going to look like much. If you have multiple contracts on the mini, it's going to look like a whole bunch, even if it's like 2 points, 2 points. Like it doesn't take much. But the 15-minute range, guys, is formed. So we're now breaking out of that. For me, I wouldn't be very interested in taking another buy until after we get a retest. I want some kind of a retest JGX, some kind of a flag, some kind of a retest in 50% of the opening range. That's what I'd be looking for my next entry. ES hasn't moved as much newly. Look at that. YM is still in the range. So YM, we might have a really nice trade setup potential here because it's the late one. Nice bearish. We're coming up into that. That's the 5-minute. We're still inside the 5-minute range. And really the 2, if you think about it. We're still in there. So actually I'm trying in simplicity. Good. But how many contracts? That was the question. Existing home sales 9 minutes. This is a cheaper instrument to trade by far. Oh, wow. I don't even think 2 is enough. And we've got YM. I'm going to keep my stop loss out of the way for now. If we close below that 50% mark, I'm getting out of the trade. Existing home sales 9 minutes. And then I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for a retest. And I'm probably not going to get one. Got knocked around too much. But I'll take it. My only goal is to not have major fluctuation in my daily drawdown, my high water mark, because that messes up so many things. So if I'm up 300, 400, 500 bucks, it's in my best interest to close and not give away that profit, even if you're right to get more. If you're in your FX account, if you're in your AMP account, by all means, you have plenty of room. But if not, you really need to just take what you have been given on that moment. You can milk it second by second, but since I can't track all of them, that's not too much of an option. I only need a couple $100 more on my, I can only trade a couple $100 more on most of these accounts on the day to not break consistency rules. and then call it a week. A little bit tomorrow. Little baby bit. I'll lock this here shortly. But we're only barely coming into yesterday's close on YM. So this is going to be the outlier for sure. All right, now we hang out. If I get a retest on ES or NQ, I'll take it. Otherwise, I'm on my hands. We're still sitting above the moving averages. No hint of a retracement. And we have 6 minutes left on this candle. So maybe let this next candle pull up a whole bunch, give a nice big pull, and then retrace into that 10 a.m. hour. $1,000 on a scalp, Derek. That's awesome. That is awesome. That is NQ. NQ is just, it's a moneymaker, but it's also an account blower. It's a beautiful thing, but it's also very, it's a lot of risk to put on if you have a funded account, depending on which broker you're using, because that high watermark thing it's a lot to deal with. It's a lot. 5 more minutes left on this candle, this hourly candle. Well, today was smooth, super smooth. I'm gonna get out of one of the contracts as we come up into this level. Plus we have news coming, so easy money. Yesterday we were right on the day. It just too big of moves to manage them on futures unless you're trading micros. You can't manage those moves on minis, even on a 300K account. And this looks sexier because if this was MYM with 2 contracts, I don't know, what is that, $30? And it's harder to be content with those profits and to stop trading. But if you got your $400 or $500 on the day, so I closed out at 200-ish. I'm gonna go ahead and lock. Actually, that's gonna mess me up. See what I just did there? See how that's still a pending too? If I took that on Ninja Trader or Tradovate, that would not still be a pending two. It would have moved to a pending one. But now I'm gonna just baby this. So I'm gonna buy, sell, stop, and not let it give much back because that's $1,000-ish on the day. Ish. You don't need anything else. Man, I missed a whole bunch of that. Big move on NQ. But it hasn't given us a retracement or anything for me to get in again. So I'm okay with that. I'm gonna keep babying this, even if it means they don't make 10,000. I don't need to make 10,000 because making 10,000 makes it harder to maintain the accounts. It looks good on paper, but then you can't get a payout. So if you can paper trade 100,000, that's awesome. But if you can't get it in your bank account, it means literally nothing. I'm gonna wait. But let me go back to all accounts because this individual thing is not updating. Let's sync everything. Hopefully that resyncs properly. Does anybody have any questions, comments, pairs that they want to look at, things that they want to go over? Now is your moment. Let's see how much I can get out of this.
Yeah. Have you ever looked at the 6E1 coach?
As an instrument, no. So like,
Yeah, it's the Euro FX futures. It's a pretty decent pair. I caught a move earlier this morning, but I didn't use um the breakout, but the
so it's just the euro, not in relation
yeah,
to the US dollar.
yeah.
It's smooth. That's the 2-minute time frame. How much is it? Oh my gosh, wait, what? How much is it worth? What's wrong with this typo? You can see that?
Yep, yeah, I see it.
How much is it per, how much is it? How much did you make or lose on how many points or ticks?
So let's see. Let me go back. I gotta
Because
go back.
if it's $125,000 per point, I figured out what I'm gonna study every day for the rest of my life, okay?
No, I know it ain't that much. I think it was like I took the mini. I didn't take that one though. The mini version of it. I'm trying to go back on my charts now.
Yeah, I'd be curious because that's wild. That's insane. That's got to be a typo by, I just don't know by how much. Like, is $125 per point? So if I long here, it's going to give me 4 contracts to risk.
The mini is like $1.25.
This is saying I can do 2 contracts with that big of a stop loss.
And notice what the tick size is up there. It's half a pip.
I know, that's what I was looking at, is trying to figure out. That's very small.
So,
Good job, Greg. Hey, how much did you make on that trade?
done, right? You're not investing here.
Hold on,
You're not
somebody.
investing here, you're not even investing.
I'm gonna mute JD because I don't know if you're talking to us or not. So I don't know if that was an accident. I'm sorry if I muted you and you were talking to us. Sorry, sir. Okay, how much did you guys make on the trades that you took? The good, the bad, the ugly, even losses or mismanaged?
My apology, Jenny, if it started talking on his own, my bad.
Oh no, you're totally fine. You're totally fine. Put it in the chats for me, pretty please. $1,900 LMG. LMG's gonna come up in here and be like, I made $190,000. How much you wanna bet? One day that's gonna be his story. He's just on it. He's got the ability to trade. Like there's just no way around it. Elijah, do you have a Tradingview membership? $50 S&P, okay. $50. Do you have enough indicators on your Tradingview template? Like, oh, your Tradingview membership? Because if you don't have enough indicators, I have to rework this to send you a good template. Like, because I just got my personal small account. So 268. All right, that's awesome. That is
Jenny,
awesome.
can you send me a template as well? I've got Pro.
If you have Pro, I can send it. If you don't have Pro, it doesn't do us any good because what I send is only going to break for you.
And you saw my message on Discord in reference to the Ninja Trader. I have it connected. They charge me $9.99. I mean, yeah, $9.99 to connect to two servers. So I got it connected. I just don't know how. If anybody on is familiar with that as well, I'm trying to get the symbols connected now. The
Okay,
future.
so I said the same thing last week. I'll say it, or this week I said it, I'll say it again now. One of the biggest reasons why I'm really pushing the $16 or $30 Apex account, okay, as the cheapest one, and it is cheapest today. They only do the sale like once every 2 months or something, and then the rest of the time it's 80% off or something. But anyways, it's because in order to get all the things you need to get, you're gonna spend more than that anyways. So be careful with all the companies upgrading you to, hey, this is a new service, this is a new thing, this is a heck, Tradovate has like 10 different options and they're like it equates to be like, I don't know, $150 a month for this. Top Step has $30 a month, this one has $20 a month, this one has $10 a month. I'm trying to be as real with you guys as possible. You shouldn't have to pay the $10 to Ninja Trader. But
Okay.
I don't know what happened, what part of the process that made you have to pay the $10 to Ninja Trader. I just know that if you
Well,
had an Apex
it's a
account,
connected. They don't allow the connection. It's for the connection. I guess server, whatever, to be able to go in on TradingView, and because it has for one of the for the platforms, it's TradingView.
okay,
And the futures.
I think I understand now. So I think I understand. Oh, Anik, first off, I have to say congratulations today and yesterday. I love that. I took a screenshot. And then JD, but on here it says JD too. The reason why you're being charged is you're trying to link to TradingView through Ninja instead of TradingView through Tradovate. Because if you link your Tradovate to TradingView, it's free. It doesn't charge you that extra $10. If you, and that's why I'm trying to be so cautious. I know some of you guys are completely like way more advanced technologically than me, and I'm sure there's 1,000 people that 100% smarter than me, but I'm trying to save you some of the silly mistakes so you can get to the other ones that are going to help us learn to trade and make money, right? What you did,
I appreciate that.
no, yeah, because if no one tells us, we don't learn. So you connected trading Ninja Trader to this. You don't have to connect Ninja Trader to this. You can connect Tradovate to this, and you get access to all of the instruments, and you get the connection. But what you have set up, you have the Ninja Trader set up connected. That's $10 a month. And now to get the other connection, I don't know what it is. It's like 10 or $14 a month. It's all these little charges that I'm trying to save you guys. So to me, if it was me and you're my bestie, I would tell you I would cancel that. I would get a very cheap account from Apex or wherever you want to get it from. You can invest your own money, do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying Apex is the cheapest. Take Profit Trader pays the best, easiest. Take Profit is the cheapest. Oh, sorry. Apex is the cheapest.
So
That's
you
going to
get an account through Apex.
yeah.
And
Log in through Tradovate because right now you've solved half of the problem and already spent more than what you would need to spend if you just had the Apex account. So
okay, log in through Tradovate. I got you.
yeah, because this lets you connect to Tradovate for free. It's a free. So what's going to happen is you're going to go to Apex, you're going to get an account. You're going to use. I'm going to mute you. Liz, you gotta,
Somebody getting feedback.
that's okay. That was Liz. I muted you, not to be rude, but there was some feedback. You're going to get your account through Apex, use code 6FTC. Once you do, it's going to give you login credentials to Tradovate. Okay. Those credentials, step 2 is going to be go to Tradovate the browser. It's on your browser. You don't have to download anything. And you're going to agree to all the terms and services. And there's going to be a button that says add-ons. Okay. And in that button, you're going to click free connection, click everything that says free basically. And now you've got that. So then step 3 is going to be come over to your trading view, come down here to trading panel and use the same Tradovate connect credentials to log into Tradovate via trading view.
Okay, so once I do all that, I don't have a problem doing all of the above. The only reason I thought I was taking a shortcut because I already had everything set up on NinjaTrader, but I have no problem. I'm gonna cancel the $9.99, go to Apex, use the code 6FTC,
Yeah.
and then come back to Tradingview and do all of the above. Yeah, I appreciate that, Jenny. And
And-
plus, the symbols are already set up in Tradovate, right?
Yes. So here, let me go to the right account. Here we go. Well, that's weird. Whatever. Off. Okay. Let me go ES. I'm going to show you. You can, once you have that, you can actually, there we go. You can, so the same account that I'm logged in through, you can't see my mouse, but this is the
No,
same.
we can see your mouse.
Yeah. So the same trade I just took on, and this is a very poor view, but hold on, I can't say. But the same trade that I took on Tradovate, on Tradingview, which is connected to Tradovate, I can see and or manage over here on Ninja. Okay. I can do all of that over here on NinjaTrader. So we're good. Like you can still keep your NinjaTrader, but having the license come through Tradovate is free. Paying,
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
let me make sure I understand exactly. So with Tradovate, the Ninjas be included in that as well?
Yeah. So these are all the accounts that I have connected to NinjaTrader. I'm so sorry for my stuttering, you guys. But this is the account, this $800. That's what we made on the day today. Okay. And that's including missing NAS, which was the big one, right? All of my accounts I can access through my NinjaTrader. And that's all free. It's 100% free. So I have my membership. And the thing about like some of these prop firms is once you pass your PA account or your funded a pro account or your whatever account, it's free. Your XFA account, it doesn't cost you any more money. It's hard at first and it's a lot of rebills and a lot of learning and a lot of bumps on the head along the way. But then everything is free. So like some of these are my PA accounts, some of these are all my PA accounts, these or vice versa. PA and these are evals. And then these are the two take profit trader accounts that are pro accounts. Okay. So I have it all connected and I can see it all. But most importantly, I can manage it all. So just so you know, you can still use your NinjaTrader. You can even use it to execute, which is really cool because I can put like a trail on here. So if I do what they call ATM, so my order gets entered, my stop loss goes in, my take profit goes in, and it'll start to trail me, at certain tick levels or whatever I have it set to. It does all of that, which is not a feature you can have access to on TradingView. So if you like NinjaTrader and you're comfortable there, keep your NinjaTrader. I'm just suggesting for people to save those little $10, $20, $30 where they can.
That's an awesome suggestion, Jenny. So as long as like I said, yeah, I can get NinjaTrader connected through Apex which is Tradovate, right?
Yep. Yep.
Then I'm good with that. I don't have a problem with that at all. And then you say because I think you said something, you get about 3 accounts connected to Tradovate.
Oh, I've got a bunch. So I've got
And it's all for the same price that you're paying monthly?
so right today they have a sale. I think it's like 16, 17 bucks, and that sale ends today. So they only do this every 2 months or so where it's 90% off. If you fail the challenge, it will rebill. Okay, you need to know that. So if you don't pass it, it will rebill next month. But again,
At a higher price, right?
I don't know if the rebill's at 16 or if the rebill's at 30, but either way, it's like 30 bucks. Every time they run a promotion, it's a little bit different. So don't listen to me or anybody else. Confirm that with the actual prop firm.
I got
The email said that the first month would be the 16, but then the next month it'll be at the 80% price.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha. So it'll be $30 a month, which is still again going to be cheaper than anything else that you're buying right now for all once you put it all together.
right.
So
If you can connect all of those accounts, that by itself is a savings. Awesome.
yes. Yeah. So
Okay.
for me, I've got PA, again, I'm trying to do something pretty big with Apex. I got a lot of bumps and learning to do, but I'm gonna figure it out. Gosh darn it, I'm gonna do it. I've got a couple of these are funded accounts, meaning they're already paid for, so I'm making money on this. This is our class account. I have some good ideas of what I want to do to it with it. This is, I've got my funded next on here. Where's, I
Are
can't.
you remembering them by heart, or you looking at something we can't see? Because all I see is
Yeah,
numbers.
they're to the side. The titles of all that is to the side. So
Okay,
it's
okay, no
just learning kind of how to connect it all. And there's still a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of bumps. There's a lot of stuff that kind of goes into it. But to me, NinjaTrader is honestly a very archaic kind of software, but I kind of like it. I like them in Tradovate because of the features for management that we simply don't have access to otherwise.
Let me ask you this, along with what we have here. See, on NinjaTrader 2, I have a auto, like a button, and will that still be able to work as well?
For NinjaTrader, if it passes their rules, yeah, you sure do.
All right, well, I'm going to Apex now and sign up and use 6TFC and
6FT.
$30 a month is not bad.
Morning, Jenny. Also, with the Apex, if you breach any of the rules, would you have to reset to still access your trading view? Like, I think that would be something to clarify. I don't know if anybody knows that can verify that. I don't know
No,
off the top of my head.
no, so you don't have to re-access like you just re-log in and you'll click that account. So I think if you fail with Apex, it's just going to give you another account number. So when you log into Tradovate, you just click on that account. When you log in on NinjaTrader, the next rollover cycle, depending on the prop firm or broker that you're using, might be overnight at midnight, which is like Take Profit Trader. And then other ones are like Apex, it's supposed to be like at 6, but lately it's been at 7 p.m. where it'll roll over. So those will roll over pretty automatically. You might have that account kind of listed there for the day or until it's gone, but it will roll over after the next session, closes.
Okay, so you'll still have access to your live data feed, even if the account is breached.
Oh, yes. Well, I guess I don't know. I don't want to be inaccurate when I tell you that answer. I'm 90% sure that my answer is accurate, but I am not 100%. So just take that with a grain of salt. If you fail the challenge and the account disappears, okay, you wouldn't have the login credentials wouldn't be there. So you still have to have some challenge there that is visible, I think, for the connection to take place. But provided, even if you had like some that are failed, I think you still need the one. So, but that's a good question.
Miss Jenny,
Yes, sir.
quick question. The duo that I think you said the icon that MACD that had your line underneath. Can you look at the last session? Was it yesterday or the day before? I mean, back on the replay to set it up.
Okay, one question at a time. And then I'll take the two in the chat right there. What is your question about yesterday?
I was trying to see. Can I add that what that is, that iCloud? I guess to go under.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Can I look at your other replay and set it up? Like, was it yesterday or the day before?
Okay.
To
So
look on the course thing and look it up, and because I ain't trying to read it right now. I can look it up and see. I'm just asking which one.
Well, this is the name and the developer. So just so you have that access, because you need to have the right one. Okay, so that's the
Okay.
name and the developer. And then the settings that I have up are 19 to 21. It just kind of encompasses that. And then the colors are obviously your choice. I have that's the up. Well, more accurately, I have the down. The up a little bit wider than the down. Okay, so the down's a little bit more faint. And the up is a little bit more white.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. I will look at it when I get a little time. I appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you. So there's that. And then I think for the up is here, transparency is there. The down is 1 over. transparency is there. So to me, it's just very clean. I can still see through it. It's not too big. It's not like a ribbon. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. But yes,
Hey,
I will
Jimmy,
send this. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Where will you send the templates, just so I'll know where to?
I'm gonna post it in the Discord, and maybe, well, give me a second. Maybe I'll post it in here as well. That's the 8, so I'm gonna keep that one on there. This one is the 8 also. I'm gonna delete
Thank
it.
you.
You're welcome. I'm trying to get the stuff previous day. I don't love this indicator, so I'm gonna take that off too. I'd rather mark them up because it forces me to also look, but you guys can keep that if you want it. I like to be able to look personally, is to
To
see
save
it.
yourself some trouble later on. When you post it on Discord, make sure that you specify the membership level that you have for TradingView.
That's why I asked. Like, this isn't gonna work if you have,
Right, but if you're posting it on Discord,
yeah.
just say that you got to have this or better. That'll save you some trouble.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Because if you don't have a good, bigger TradingView package, this won't work. I can take more off of it, but I want you guys to see it as is. Because look, on the 1 hour, I can see, sorry for the messiness. I can see my New York sessions. Okay. This is my New York. Like, I love the way that this is set up. It makes me very happy. You
Me
please
too,
put it
guys.
in I will be putting it in the Discord. Yes, sir.
Hey Jenny, are you still in the YM?
I am not. I got knocked out.
Running pretty good.
That's it. Good for you. I'm not seeing we're closed. We are closed. How much, what are you up, mister?
I'm up like 250. I jumped in and jumped out, so I got another 100.
Look at you. Look at you.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm getting ready to double that account in 3 days.
That's awesome. Is this a personal account?
Yep, the personal one that was for 12.50.
Okay. Listen, if you're getting ready to double it, take out at least 50% of those gains and just pay yourself a little. Just a little.
Okay.
Dale, please, for
Yep.
me. Okay, please. It's
Uh,
just gonna take one day for it to be like, oh, well, what happened here? So just pay yourself
right.
a little. Okay, Miss Liz has been so kind and patient. I'm sorry you had some background noise. I'll take you. You're a lady next, and then I'll answer the Derek's question right there in the chat.
Good morning, Miss Jenny.
Good morning.
I'm learning so much. I'm a newbie and I'm learning so much about futures. I'm watching the videos in the back office and I have everything set up and I have no foggy areas or anything, but I did have one question that you was talking to the other gentleman about in regarding setting up. So what I did so far is I set up through Tradovate, but that's it. Now I'm getting ready to choose my prop firm, whether it's Blue Guardian or Apex or whatever. So my question is, if I understood correctly, you just sign up for a Tradovate account, but you don't do anything else, and then choose which company you want to go with. Is that correct?
Yes and no. I did the same thing you did. So, I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
made the same decision. I set up a Tradovate account because I didn't know any better. That is pretty
Okay.
much sitting still, but you'll get a Tradovate account set up through whatever firm you end up going with. So, sadly, it's not the same login. In fact, I have more than a half a dozen logins to Tradovate right now, I think.
Okay.
But you didn't do anything wrong or harmful, but you're going to get a whole different Tradovate account once you are with a prop firm, and they won't have any fees on it. Like, there's no, you have to pay for data, you have to pay for connection, you have to pay for this linking. There are upgrades, but most of those you don't need.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So
Just
I didn't need to go to the like when you're on TradingView and you raise up that panel, I didn't need to go there. I just needed to choose my company and just do it through that.
Yes, ma'am. So for example,
Oh,
once you're in Tradovate,
okay.
once you're in Tradovate, you're going to see these add-ons. TradingView connection is free. Order flow is included. Market replay, I don't pay for that. API access, I don't pay for that. Advanced charting is free. Free indicators, that's not oxymoron. Tick stream is free, group trade is free, all that stuff is included, and then these two you don't need. So that's the benefit of doing it this way. And that's just you're
Okay.
gonna log in through your whatever firm you choose. But you didn't do anything wrong because the Tradovate account you did set up, like if you ever want to have a live account, you can just use that for that.
Okay. Okay. So far I'm just learning right now, but I was trading in my regular account and I'm up about $50. It's a small amount, but my regular account with Forex. But over here, I'm just learning to, get in the mix of doing the futures because it's awesome how this is set up. So
It's clean.
I'm
Yesterday was
happy about it.
choppy. Like yesterday was choppy, don't get me wrong, but the direction
Mhm.
was not complicated. Like
Right.
this is Tuesday, this is bigger time frame, but Wednesday we're talking about selling down on the smaller time frame, played out beautifully. Like it's smooth. You're not always going to win, but it's clean even when you lose, other than mismanagement and tech stuff. So
Right. And the thing about this type of trading is even if it's a choppy market, you could still come out with big profits. You know what I'm saying? I
you
love
just
that.
can. But even $50, like let's you guys just saw my P&L on the day. It's not a lot to write home about today.
Right.
I don't know what it is in total, maybe a couple of grand, but honestly, $50, if you can perfect the skill of walking away with 50 or 100 or $200 day in,
Right.
day out, and just do that, like nothing else. Try not to let your losing day be substantially larger than your winning day. And you only do that, you've already mastered not only your own personal account, but prop firms and so many other things. Like you're good. You're totally good.
$50
Right.
is
And that's what I'm
excellent.
doing. Yeah, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of like not really trading, but learning the platform here, what you're teaching on. But I was in a gold trade from last night and it just went down. It was 50. I made $50 when it dropped. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm still in
Nice.
that trade.
See,
So,
that's
but
perfect.
yeah, so I'm learning a lot. So thanks, Miss Jenny.
No, thank
Awesome.
you. I love having you here. I want to honor Derek because he had his question nice and patiently too. How can I make your breakout strategy come on front on the 3-minute time frame? Can you help me understand your question, Derek? Because if I go to the 3-minute time frame, I'm going to go to a pair. We don't have a trade on. Let's go to here we
Good
go.
morning, Jenny.
Good morning.
The reason I say that because like I'm using the Tradingview and it's like way in the back and it's not up front like yours. And I was
Okay.
wondering about that. It just be weird. I'm
Okay.
like, man, I said, why it ain't in front? Why it all the way in back? But if I go to the 15 and the 30, it'll come front like how you got on your screen.
Okay, so visual order, I can, if this is what you're talking about and I'm understanding you correctly, I can send it to the back and notice how it goes down in priority on the scale, or I can visual order, bring it to the front. So see if that fixes what you're talking about. Cause see how this is on top, and think about layers of paper. You can hardly see it, but this is the top layer of paper, right? I can even
Yeah.
make it to where the price, visual order, I can bring this to the front and say, nope, I want my price on top of everything. So if this is what you're talking about and I'm understanding you correctly, visual order, go to bring to the front and see if that solves it. Holy cow, I wish I was still in those trades. Boom. Did that fix it?
Do I gotta go so I gotta go inside your settings or Tradingview?
No. So watch, ready? See my mouse real quick? Just hover over it. Okay. Scroll your mouse to the right.
Okay.
Left click on the dots.
Okay.
Scroll down to where it says visual order.
Okay.
Bring to the front.
Mm.
Does that fix what you're talking about?
Yeah, it's still not like out there where yours at, and I'm on a 3-minute. I'm like,
Wait. Maybe I understand now. Settings. Okay. You mean the line range.
yeah.
Okay. We're speaking the same language now. I'm sorry. So if I click this to 30, remember a second ago it was 80, this is going to
Mhm.
be a much smaller range. If I click this to, and I only want to catch the first, 10 candles or whatever, and I don't want any more than that, that's how big the range is. And then if I don't get my setup, I'm out on the day, there you go. If I want this to extend for the day because like I'm trying to track this range or whatever my purpose is, there you go. I can make it go all the way out.
So you gotta put it on 100 for that to be like that, right?
Well, your visual field is going to be a little different, the size of your browser and whatever else, and how zoomed in you are, and all the other personalizations. But you can set that. In essence, in short, make this number bigger if you want this zone to extend for bigger.
That number is how many candles?
Okay.
Now we got it fixed. Yeah, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Jenny, while you got that up, how do you get that dotted line where it said one contract, 118 ticks? How do you get that to show?
Okay, so let's go to settings. We still got a couple things. That's one of the things I need to fix with my developer. They're really small things, but I'm a little bit serious about it. So the midline is not painting all the way for some ungodly well, I know why. It's painting up to current price, basically, so it's not tracking that midline all the way through. But anyway, so to get that midline, and I love that midline. We've got, let's see, scroll down. Session label. If you want the session labels on each session, you can have that turned on or off. PIP and contract size label, you can have that turned on or off. I have mine grayed out. Like I don't want it to be this dark, let it catch up for a sec. I don't have it set up to be like a dark color. I don't want it a dark color. I want it to be pretty transparent with the price. So I don't have like a box around it. You can have it really big, or you can have it really small. Crossover label and retest label we don't have. Well, I don't have on my SCART chart, but here it is. I can think clearly. It's beautiful, actually. Okay, so turn those off. Line, okay. I can turn that off or on. And then midline, I can turn that off or on.
Oh, so there's the midline that I'm not getting to show.
Yep. Opening box. And then I can turn off the box if I say, hey, look, I don't want the box on there. Maybe I want the opening midline. The midline is taking off the box. The box is taking off the midline. So there's just little bugs like that I need to still fix. So there are some things and improvements I still have to build for, but opening box puts my line back on. If I don't have the box checked, I don't get my line.
Now I've got mine all the way up and it's still very faint, if at all.
For what, your midline?
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
wait a minute. I got it on tiny. Let me check. Okay, well, now you got yours on tiny.
again, your visual, your broker, your all the stuff that goes pertains to your viewing is gonna be different. You can make it really big. That's ugly, but I have mine on tiny.
I got it. Let me try it. No.
Holy cow, those suckers are moving, you guys. And that's so clean too. That price action is so clean. But I solemnly swear I'm not going to take a trade without a retest. So I solemnly swear. Working on it. Baby steps. But does that fix your middle line problem?
No, it's still faint. Let me put it on large, see what happens.
Okay,
See
so
what
midline.
I've got my occupancy slid over to 100 and it's still not showing.
So what color is your background chart right now?
It's black.
What color is your midline?
You said my background?
So if your background is black, what color do you have checked for your midline?
My midline is a midline is white and my, well, which one is the midline? Is that the one where it says,
This
right
right
after?
here. So it could be these settings, like maybe you have this, if you have your breakout box white, let me move it to the side. If you have your box colored to white, for example,
Yeah, I've got that white, that first box I have white, and then the second box I have black, is that right?
so midline, that's white. Okay, one more place to check. Style, visual. That's weird.
Yes.
Boxes, lines, lines, panel, boxes, input,
That's
opening
good.
box, make it blue. This isn't even updating. Oh,
Yeah, like I said, mine's not responding when I move the slide bar. When I said not responding, it doesn't get light or dark.
opening box. So
Is
this,
anybody else having that problem or just me?
I just never played with this, so that's a bug too. But either way, your line should paint. So like that part I can't understand. You have this checked and this checked. Both of them are checked.
Yep, I have both of those checked. I have middle line checked and I have opening box checked. And I got it on large and nothing is showed. And I've got it all the way over to 100% capacity, occupancy.
100%.
Nothing showed.
This is a bug. I need another sticky notepad. Hold on. I have too many sticky notes, you guys. I swore that I was done with sticky notes. It's not working.
Does anybody else have that problem or is it just me?
So box color, midline.
Me as well.
So wait, you can't get your midline to paint?
Nope.
Do you
That's
wait?
why I was asking for your template.
Another question, guys. Do you guys have yours set to a certain time frame just to help kind of debug this? Is it set to current time frame or is it set to like a 15-minute time frame?
Let me see.
Well, even that.
Current. But I think one of the questions that was asked earlier, I think the problem he was probably having was his UTC. It's probably not set because mine was doing the same thing. What he was saying was when you look at on your screen, the indicator is right there at price action. But when we look at it, the indicator, you have to scroll way back in time for you to actually see when it came up whenever. So I fixed that by correcting my UTC.
Yeah, my UTC, I just looked, it is, well, I'm -4, but the lines are still not showing. And I've got it on, you said the time frame, it has to be on chart, right, Jenny?
Well,
Well,
here, I can't take a trade right now anyways, so I'm gonna hold myself accountable. And not, there's no reentry, so I can't take a trade. Wish I would have, could have, should have held those longer, but it is what it is. Why don't you, can you share your screen real quick and I'll help you out?
You, JD, or who do you want?
You, JD.
Okay.
Before I do that, let me show the person in the chat. Tiffany, how do I remove the box around the contracts and ticks again? I see sign, but mine is boxed. So pip contract size, I have mine set to tiny. And then this right here, I have this turned all the way down. So the occupancy all the way down. That's how I have mine set. So it still has a color, but it's turned all the way down. Okay, so I'm gonna hit okay. I have no idea all the stuff I just did. I'm having a hard time getting the line to paint past current price, that midline. But other than that, the midline is functional. So can you share your screen, JD?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna stop share and be your helper.
Okay.
Seeing as how I'm not making $1 billion on that huge, perfectly seamless, no pullbacks, no drama, no chaos, no news move, all the way up.
Here you are. We share now. Share. I want to share screen.
Jenny,
Yes,
hi,
ma'am.
I'm Crypto Sissy from Greece. Hello.
Hello. Are you going to post pictures from Greece?
I found some and I will. I want to say that my word London for the London session is not on the table, on the lines. It's way far up. I
Okay.
changed it and I
Oh,
changed it.
that's your time frame. We're going to have to do some bad public math to figure that out. But let me help this gentleman, and then I will let you share your screen and see if I can't help you as well and do the math with you, okay?
Mhm.
We
Alright.
give you control, Jenny.
Okay. Actually, real quick, I'm gonna tell you guys this because it's funny, and I told my daughter I would. So she calls me the other day. She's in a Shaolin temple. She's in the biggest Shaolin temple in Europe. She's doing service there and volunteering, and she's got a week off from university. So she calls me to tells me about things and sends me some pictures, and she says, "Hey, Mom, I just wanted to tell you that the biggest thing I've learned since being here are there's a lot of people and they're old. They're like 32 and 36 and 31 and 26 and 28, blah, blah, blah. And they're here just doing the dang thing and they don't know what they're doing with their lives either. So she's like, so you just need to come here and you could do that too. It was hilarious. And I know I'm probably not the best storyteller and all, but first of all, okay, it was really cute though. There's a ton of people just chilling in the Shaolin temple somewhere with nothing else going on. Nothing going on. I don't know how you just disappear from life from 4 weeks, but it sounds like a blissful experience that she definitely is encouraging me to try. I
How
said,
old is she again?
she's 21.
Okay, she said an old 32.
Yeah, she's at 32 years old. She goes, they're 28-year-olds, and she goes, they're old. They don't know what they're doing, what they want out of their life either. So they just come here. You could do that, Mom. I was like, seriously? I said, look, first I need to go to Greece. That's what made me think about it. I need to go to Croatia. I need to go to Greece. And
Yes,
then
yes.
maybe.
We are waiting.
I'm sorry?
We are waiting for you in Greece.
Okay, it's gonna be so much fun. Okay, I think I would be the life of the party in Greece. I tell you what. And y'all people have energy. So
Yeah, come in the
okay.
summer.
Oh, in the summer for sure. I'll be so nice and
Jenny,
golden.
I gotta take this off of I gotta take it off of I got the ninja thing hooked to it. That's why it's all funky here. I gotta
Okay.
take it off of the trading pan.
Miss Jenny, I have a question.
Okay. How can I help you?
Yeah, I noticed next to the breakout bar or bars, it'll say something like like on his screen it says like 0 contracts or a certain number. What does that mean?
That's you get to set the risk parameters in there. That was one of the biggest struggles I had with futures was I didn't know to do the math. And I know that sounds so dumb, but I had gotten really good because of the cooltradingtools.com tool. Like I was really good at, determining my risk on a trade. But with futures, it's hard to know your risk. You have no access to ATR. The points values and the tick values are different on every one of these instruments. And they're not like a little different, like on Forex or even like US 30 to NAS. They're a little different because they move a little different, right? Here, there's a huge difference. There's $50, per point, $20 per point, $5 per point. That's a substantial difference. That's 400% difference, That's for me, being able to determine your risk was one of the biggest things I was struggling with at first when I was starting futures.
Okay. All
So
right.
that's what it does.
All right.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Okay,
I'm-
so
You
JD.
should have control now, Jenny.
Okay. Oh, you want me to remote in? He's got me over here working.
But I think it'd be quick if you just go ahead and click on what needs to be clicked.
Oh, so wait, I have control?
Yes, you do. There you go.
But it would be
Oh.
ultimately better if you learned how to do it.
Okay, let's see if I can't do this. I'm gonna close. I don't know who's moaning, but Linda. So you've got this on. Black background, cool. You're on the 15-minute. I'm gonna go to the 5-minute. It's a little laggy because we're remoting in. I'm gonna go to the 3-minute. I want to be able to really zoom in on price a little bit to see if we're seeing it at all. So there's no box either. So probably something small. Let's hope that it is. So line range is 20. You wanted that a little bit longer, is that correct?
Well, you can, yeah, you can make it a little bit longer, but I think the main thing is
Okay.
the center line.
So you're doing 9:30 because you live in Eastern time zone. We like, okay. UTC, this, holy cow, I'm scrolling at the speed of light and it's moving at the sound of snail.
Yeah, it lags.
Okay, so session label, we got that. PIP contract. I'm gonna move this over to see if any of these features are creating the bug, but so the opening box is not checked.
Now, I don't know how they got it unchecked.
That's okay.
That doesn't respond.
You would think that 0 has it turned all the way down, but maybe the black background. I can see the line. I'm gonna make it kind of matching your, or at least attempt to. We've got that as white. We've got this all the way up. It looks like you have some kind of a bug that's kind of happening in yours. And I am not a TradingView expert, but usually when you update these settings, they update in real time. So the first thing I would probably do is literally remove this, okay? You shouldn't be lagging on an update, but you can check here to double check, okay?
Is it possible you have more than one version out?
Not of this, no.
Okay.
Wait, well,
So would you
actually-
recommend I uninstall it and reinstall it from the
actually, let's find out.
remove it from favorites and put it in again?
So you're on the right version, access granted, invite only script. So you're on this version. You're good there. I'm gonna close that. Just double check because we could definitely be wrong. I'm gonna remove it. Go up here.
Start from scratch.
Did he favorite it?
Yeah, it was, you saw it was favorite. See if it's in there again. I had it favored before you deleted it.
So basically maybe we broke it. No, I double broke it. Go me.
Hey, Jenny, I think it had SIX, like it was the letters, not the numbers.
Thank you. All right, so now we're putting it back on fresh, okay? So it's fresh.
Still the same thing.
We'll wait for it. Reset all settings, okay? So now we're reset. Some of this you might have to go back in just in case I broke something. But New York chart, cool, got that. UTC, we have to fix that.
Change it to 4, yeah.
Okay, session label. I'm gonna move this out of the way so we can see.
You put it on 3, Jen. You have to be 4.
Thank you, sir. Oh, there's just such a lag. I'm still clicking. Okay. So session label. See how that happens in real time? PIP contract size label is not painting. I wonder if it has to do with your backgrounds. Because you can't even see this right now.
I can see it better than it was before, though. I can see a dotted line at least. I didn't see anything before.
Yeah, but this should be on. And it's not currently on.
It don't, the session label is not on.
So you see how you don't have the PIP tick box?
Does it have to do with the session label?
No, I'm just trying to figure out what we're seeing and why we're seeing it. White. Maybe it has to do with your guys' background. Maybe those of you guys who are using a black background, maybe that's the problem. At this point, I'm just working with you, okay? So this is also not coming up You also could have another indicator that's overriding anything on the chart. So session label. Session label comes up. Pip contract size is not coming up. Don't ask me why.
Yeah, it was up on the other one though.
The arrows come up just fine.
You don't use the arrows, I notice.
I don't know. I eyeball it. So lines are on, off.
Hi, Jenny, I'm sorry. If you could check the panel labels, that will remove the label, the contract ticker.
Let me see. If I check the panel labels.
On style,
Oh. So boxes.
when I remove the panel labels, it removes the contract. It was removing the panel labels, the contract size and ticker.
So in order for yours to work, you have to have this turned off. Is that right?
Turned on.
Turned on.
Yes.
So it's
Jenny,
really.
you think it may be the US 30? That's not a future.
Oh, you guys, yeah, definitely. So
I
let
need
me
a
save this.
future contract, right?
Let me save this. That I'm just trying to work backward with you. We're figuring out together. So we've
Sure.
got this on, boxes on, and the line is there. Okay, I'm gonna go to small instead of tiny. So you can see that the line is there. And now I'm going to save these as default. Okay, just so we don't break anything. Okay. And now just out of curiosity, I'm gonna go to futures contract. Let's try this another way. So sorry to be a pain in the butt.
No, I've got a future. I've got a list of futures. Remember, but they had these on them.
Okay. So there it is. That makes more sense.
That's what it was.
I have it turned off to not paint on an instrument it can't calculate. So that isn't accurate. So that part not showing up, that the contract size, yeah.
Right. Now,
Because
why is that engulfed in green when yours is just?
Because I just have it painted that way, so it's set that way. You can turn that off. Occupancy. This is not functioning super high well either. So, oh, that's the wrong box. Oopsie. I'm gonna get this one way or another. So this right here, occupant all the way down.
Didn't do anything, did it?
No, I don't know if it's a me problem, because that, as you saw, works on mine. Like it works as it should on mine.
Yeah, it's transparent.
Okay.
Background is transparent, I should say.
The word New York is high above the lines.
Well, yeah, there's the session label. We want that very high. We want that out of the way. We don't want that in price.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Line label. That I can't say. So Pip, turn that off for a second.
But the main thing, Jenny, you solved my problem with the middle line. That was the main thing.
I saw one of them. Sorry about the rest. I will get on the, hold on, the box color. Heptic box. Not painting. So what it's supposed to be doing is it's supposed to still give you the pip values, but because it's a very different math. So that's why we have it turned off, but it's not supposed to give contract size. It is supposed to still give the size of the move. So midline, I've got the pip thing turned off. This is set to tiny. Turn this to small, just see if this finish is working. And occupancy is all the way down, 0%.
You have to click it on first to see it, because you still have it off.
I still have it off to see if that's doing anything, but I don't know. I honestly don't know. We figure it out and then we fix it. That's all we can do.
What's the process of elimination? Is, like you said, this is still kind of like in a beta stage, correct? In the sense of word.
No, so it's functional. There's just my biggest issue with releasing this strategy is some of these little things. So if this isn't painting, but with current price, like it's really the little couple of things, but I would just have it turned off if you don't like the grain. If I have mine set to plain, but I don't know if it's a background color too. It also could be something on your end that
you can change the background color if need be. Just like I said, we just doing a process of elimination out.
Yeah. That's all we're doing. We just work backwards, okay? So we keep working backwards. Any of these things,
all those are turned off. I got them.
But being turned off doesn't change that they could be overriding other things on the chart. So like even if I have it as an indicator disabled,
you can delete it. I tell you what, delete.
No, just like with FX, this is a good time to say this real quick, and then let me help Crypto Sissy on her times real quick. But what I want you guys to know is just like with FX, you might delete an indicator from this chart or a script, but there's ghost coding still left in this template and on this chart that you might not be aware of. So if you're ever running into an issue with my script or with any other script that you guys are playing with, try getting a very plain naked chart, like brand new, nothing else on it, and then dropping it there and seeing what issues you run into or what don't run into. Because these also overwrite certain things that are permanently there unless you delete the template and restart a new one. No different than MT5.
It sounds like a virus.
It does, but it's some of those are just hardwired coded in, so it's part of it. Very, very baby step part of it. Can't believe I didn't catch more on all those big moves though today, you guys. Very rude. Crypto Sissy though. So that answers at least your midline question. I'm sorry I can't answer the
I'm good with this. Like I said, it's that's very operable. So I'm going to save this template until you send me yours. Maybe yours will override everything.
Oh no, mine, I try not to do that, but those are besides version 6 of PineScript, talking to version 5 of PineScript, they are definitely overriding each other. Like there's so much that goes into it. So much. So this is now on version 6, but that's part of the problem. Version 5 didn't have some of these bugs, and we've got to version 6 of a new coding language. It's only slightly different, but it is different. All of a sudden new bugs came up. So okay.
And the D doesn't have any, the delay thing that's blinking, that wouldn't have anything to do with your settings.
It very well could. So right now you don't have a clean playing field to test this on because you're not logged into a Tradovate account or like an active platform that we can actually make sure it's getting the connection, because this box might not be updating yet because it doesn't have a direct connection either. It doesn't have, it's not receiving that data, so maybe it's not receiving that update. So there's like 100 things.
That may be the problem in a nutshell. So let me do my part and get the Apex and the Tradovate, and then we can come back and revisit it.
Deal. And I'll keep working on mine too. Hey, you use the Ninja automated strategies?
I've got some automatic strategies connected with my Ninja, yes.
That's awesome sauce. That is awesome sauce.
I don't know whether you heard of this guy Saber.
No.
He's a developer for Ninja Trader. He makes automated software.
If you can compartmentalize that risk, it's not a bad way to be. So not bad at all. That's where I was building.
Now that you told me that, Ninja Trader and all the other ones can be intertwined between Tradovate via the Apex, I'm in.
Yep, there you go.
$30 a month still for me. That's not a lot when you have. I look at the availability, the potential of what can be done once I learn. I'm not saying I'm gonna jump and do all of those platforms at one time, but the opportunity to be able to do so is phenomenal.
Amen to that. Okay, Miss Crypto Sissy, Miss Grease. I'm gonna call you Miss Grease. Okay.
Here we are.
Crypto Sissy.
Seriously.
Stop sharing.
Yes, your turn. I do not quote me for bad math in public. I have no control over all this, but we're gonna do our best. Ready? So you share your screen and let's see if we can't help you with the math. The clock that I DM'd you is literally just my iPhone clock. I typed in Athens, Greece. Well, I typed in Greece and I got 3 different time zones. Well, 3 of the different cities, same time zone. So I'm using Athens, Greece as the math. We're
We have one time zone. We are not USA. One time zone. We're a small country. Okay.
And Chrissy, just so you'll know, JD is way down. I didn't know you could use, I prefer J or JD. So now I see people got their, I like Crypto Sissy and Millionaire to be something like that. Those good names.
It could be, it would be good to be a millionaire. Okay. Well, can you see my screen?
Let me stop share. Has started our screen share. Let it catch up.
Do you see it?
Now I do. Okay.
Okay.
So you are on the 15-minute time frame. It's 11 a.m. my time. What time is it yours?
Okay, it's 6 in the afternoon.
So 6 p.m. Watch this bad math. Is 1800.
18.
Right? So 1800. So you got New York session, type in 1630 and let's see if it comes up at the same.
Yeah, but if I type 1630, it's going very far away. Now, as it is, as at CS time, it's okay for me. It's here, 1630.
Oh.
This is the open of the New York time, you know? Well, that's why I was asking you about the settings. When I put CS time, CST time, it's okay. My time is not good. It would be far away.
Okay, so we've got this. Your box is in the right place for New York Open, even though it says 8:30. So I'm guessing you changed your TradingView settings to be.
No, I didn't say change it. It's a USD +3 here. You see?
That's so
I didn't
weird.
change it.
You didn't, yeah. I don't understand.
But you said I had to find New York.
Okay, so I wonder, you have that set to 8:30.
It's like CST Central your time. In London time. Okay?
Okay.
So should I use the open of the London time? Because you said the indicator before the open. How much before? 1 hour?
So London opens at, somebody fix me. London opens at what time? Is it 2 a.m.
You
right now?
are
Like
east. It would be 10, 3 o'clock for me here. The central.
Oh, 3 o'clock for you doesn't help me do the math. Hold on. 3 o'clock minus 7. Because you're +7. So that's 8.
No. It's 3 CST time, 3 East time, 3 a.m. ES time.
Okay.
Your time.
Then try typing that in and let's see if it's the same spot. You're on what contract? You're on MNQ. I'm trying to track with you off and you're on the 15-minute time frame. Okay.
For London to appear in my screen correct, I will put 2 o'clock Central Time. Here in Europe, or London starts at 10 a.m. in the morning. Okay?
Okay.
It appears in Central Time, your time. That's it means It goes 8 hours ahead. Look. London.
Okay, so let me see.
10 o'clock.
Let me go look at
London
mine.
for
So
us in Europe. 9:45.
So 3 o'clock is
There.
mine.
10 o'clock in the morning here.
And that should be 3 my time.
Don't worry about that. I will put it in CST time, but I will put it on the start of London or 1 hour before London opens.
Ooh, that's a good question. The actual London breakout targets the session prior to London starting. So if you want to trade the strategy as we're trading it right now, I would likely target the actual open and take the breakout from there. But if you want to target more traditional, you would be targeting the time frame before, which is, geez, that's an hour. Well, if I were to do this at London,
Okay, don't worry. I found that. Okay.
no, I would target just like we did in 3.
Or 1 before. Okay.
I
You
would
said
put in
Sydney
3.
starting for you at 8
Yep.
p.m. Okay.
Okay. And then
Okay.
you want the Sydney session too. So this is all in Central Time.
Yeah. 1 hour before the hour you said. You said 18.
Yep.
80. 20. Okay, I found. Asia,
Asian,
when it starts your time.
well, where it says Asian, I would put whatever you want. Like what base, maybe you like to trade the lunch hour, or maybe you're done with your workout, or pick a time that you like. And that's what I do. So I like 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I like 12:30 if I'm around. I'm trying not to trade that one as much. PM Eastern Standard Time. So I like those two.
Whenever you want. It's not the Asia before Sydney or after Sydney Open.
No, for
just when you want, when you have time to.
Yeah, so just what you want. So pick the time that you like to trade and put that one in, and then label it as such.
Okay. New York, 8:30
Yeah.
to what? 2 hours, the kill zone of New York. What do I write there?
That's just that second box is only gonna paint to you for the session label. So that's not super significant. The ending is not significant.
Okay. Just that. Okay. That's okay. Now, what I want to ask. How many times the indicator will appear in 24 hours? How many times? With the
with the settings you just showed me 3 times.
3 times. In the start of each session. London, Sydney.
It'll be
New
the
York, huh?
start of New York, the start of London, and
each session for the 3 I have open. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The Sydney one, we're not actually targeting the open.
It's not the open that hour. You said yes, it's not the open. You're right.
No, it's not the open. It's just a good time.
If we expand the candles, the number of the candles, like I have here in London to the right here, we can trade after the open. If I expand it more,
yes,
I can use it ahead. Okay, okay, that's it.
That's it.
Okay. But
Okay.
It's 2 or 3 minutes, okay?
Okay, I had no idea. I have no idea why yours is working on those times with Central Standard Time, but I will take it with a smile, because the times are right. So for that, I'll take it.
I think I have another indicator, and now you said it to the gentleman before me, that it is in the Central Time. It comes by itself to the Central Time of USA, and that's why now you said it. It's like a bag.
Okay, gotcha.
That's
Perfect. Perfect.
yes, yeah, okay.
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 Awesome. Well, I'm super glad
thing I
got to-
want.
Uh-huh.
Like here in New York, start, okay? We're trading here in my mouse. If it is a small candle, a small tip outside the green line, closing above, but small candle. I don't get in here.
Let me go to annotate. So you guys saw me this
It's a very
morning.
big stop loss. I mean,
Yeah. I don't want to get in if it's moved too far because remember, this is the range I'm trying to capture. So I'm really just trying to get from here to here. Anything extra is a bonus, okay? All I'm trying to do is capture a small portion of the market's momentum at a said time of day. So all I'm trying to do is capture, let me clear all the drawings again. Take this one for example. We break, I captured my small amount, I'm happy. I got money, okay? We come down again, we break, I got my small amount. Maybe this one I let run a little bit further. I'm happy. I don't need to always catch this move or be right on this move. It's nice, don't get me wrong. Today was a beautiful, perfect day. But the truth is, especially if you're trying to do prop firms, those days, they're not all that powerful. They're powerful in your AMP account, but they're not powerful for your as much so for your props because you need consistency. So me, I'm targeting something that's consistent that I can dictate my schedule and I can make approximately, some portion of the same amount every day. Okay. If I lose, my loss is going to be a worst case, it's going to be about a 1-to-1. So my worst case loss is going to be about a 1-to-1. Otherwise, my losses are about half as big as my wins. And that's what I'm kind of targeting over and over again. And I catch a little bit, I catch a little bit, I caught a little bit, and then that's it. If you scroll to the right a little bit, we'll see some losers. It's going to happen, but your losses shouldn't be sorry, I meant your left. Scroll to the left a little bit. This is NQ. So that's.
Then when you said break, you saying that candle that breaks has to break and close, correct?
Yeah.
I don't usually take the close. No, I take the break, which means sometimes I get wicked in.
Okay, that's good to know. I thought you had to wait for it to close. Okay.
So like take this one, for example, if you got in and like you see me doing, you're protecting pretty quick. You got out with kind of a break even or a little bit of money, right? And then if you're still around, you got in, you made money, you got in, you made money, right? So this one is a break even or you're getting out somewhere in that range, okay? Cool, you go on with your day. Depending on how many trades you're taking. Me, I'm allowing up to 3 trades for this kind of a session and no more.
Where would you put the stop loss? Is that on that particular one above
this one? So hindsight's always 20/20, but if I'm trading the breakout strategy, my stop loss, my mental stop loss is at the 50% mark. My hard stop loss is on the other side of the range. And what I mean by mental stop loss, I mean take something like this move right here, this downward move. If I entered in here, and let's say I just didn't get my target or something, I don't mind if we wick up into this a little bit. Okay, we wick up into this a little bit and we get some wicks. I don't mind wicking into this upper half of this quadrant as long as we're not closing above. If we're closing above in this top half of this zone, I want to get out. But as you guys saw one day this week, I don't recall which one of the days it just popped and hit my stop loss right there before I could even, it was the whole candle. So it just hit me and took me out. So that is a risk. But the reason I still think that's a better risk personally, and at the end of the day, you guys are going to decide this. Where'd my annotate go? Annotate, clear all that. Here's why. If you go back and back test, don't just listen to me, but go look for yourself. The amount of times you're right on the direction, like let's say this one, for example, you got in, it just wicked and you just got in. Your trade is still a great trade, but you kind of wick in and out a little bit. You consolidate, you pull up a little bit, you try to grab some monies. As long as we're staying below that kind of 50% portion, I still want to do my best to trust this trade. And the amount of times I get knocked out from trying to have a very tight stop loss at the 50% mark are very high. So I'd rather have a mental stop loss here with my hard stop loss here if I'm trying to sell it down. And it's multifaceted because remember, the prop firms and brokers don't like it when you move your stop loss out. They don't mind when you move it in. It's like once you're extended away from the price, cool, let's say you want to keep trading this down or you're trying to come take out previous lows. By then, cool, you've made some money, maybe you closed out at 50%. Now your stop loss was here, but you move it down into here. Okay. And now, hey, we've made another level, you move it down into here. We made another level, move it here where you're out at this big pullback, you're out. Cool.
Here in London, we can use it twice. Here and here. Is it right?
Yes, 100%. So look what Scott did yesterday. So yesterday I was busy getting chopped up, and I'm sure he had other confirmations, don't get me wrong. But when he had announced what he had did, I paid more attention. Like take yesterday's choppy market on the 2-minute time frame. I'm just going to draw on your chart for a second. We went up. Whoopsie, let me get my annotate back out. I don't know why it's orange, you guys. But we went up, we came down, we went up. The truth is, when it came back and retested, I could have bought here, okay, and made that money. But I didn't look at the retest back into that zone to take it back up. I wasn't paying attention for it. There are a lot of potential entries, but you got to pay attention to, where you're entering. And today there's no entries. Like there's just one and you're done. Just one. No forgiveness, no nothing. It's just gone.
Are you talking about counter trend trading, or when you say you could have gotten back in?
So, Crypto Sissy, pretty please go to yesterday's New York Open. Okay. So just scroll the chart to the.
No, here it is.
There we go.
Yeah.
So keep this still for a second for me. We're going to use her chart, just different perspective. I'm going to change my color because I don't like that one. But sure, we got wicked around, but so here's a buy. Okay. Here's a buy. Here's a buy. This right here, it doesn't really touch, so I really wouldn't count that as a buy. But there were a couple of opportunities in here just to come grab this move. This is the one that Scott was like, hey, I'm up 120 some odd dollars on ES, for example. But fine, we jerked around, but we did come back to retest. We did come back to retest. You could have got these trades and you would have been done on the day. You don't need anything else. Maybe you missed those trades like, well, I did. I missed those retests into it. I take this one, I take this one, I'm done on the day. So even if you took, let's just say one loss, win, that's 3 trades, okay? Don't allow yourself to take more than 2 losers or 3 trades on the day, on the session, okay? On the set. And at first you're gonna be frustrated. You're gonna think my contract size was wrong. I took the wrong, you're gonna have all the thoughts, okay? I have a whole list of them. There's 1,000. But after a while, you're gonna size correctly, because if you size this correctly, this one trade is more than you need for a prop firm, right? If you size correctly, your one loss is easily made up with 1 win, okay? Or maybe 1.5 wins, depending on when you protect. So 2 losses, if you take 2 losses, you have to come back tomorrow. No more trades today. No more trades. If you take 3 trades in a session, cool. And that's it. That's how I would be doing it. Go ahead. So Sydney is closed today.
Sorry, these 2 moving averages, you use it like a 1. Like it is the base.
The moving average that I'm using.
It's like there are 2. You use it like 1. It's like a base.
Yeah.
For a stronger confirmation.
I use it like a basic for a stronger confirmation. That's correct.
Okay.
I'm very sad. Good. Wally said that Sydney is going to be closed tonight. Is that right?
I don't know.
Why?
I'm sleeping.
Okay. She said, I don't know. I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
That's a great way to be. That's a great way.
Jenny, how do y'all find that information out? How do you, like when y'all find out, how do y'all find that information out whenever the markets are closed? Like I was texting Wally. How do you guys find that information out? Is there like a website or?
Let me go back to my share now. So share my screen.
Okay.
Vinny, while you're doing that, I'm on the Apex. You say go for the $25 account or 50.
I would go for the 50K account.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry, the Apex isn't 167, 147. If I put your code, your coupon code, we get so to about 50 or 35, I don't know. So big discount as you said. After I put your discount go.
Yep.
Okay.
It's six FTC is the discount code. Those accounts are like $16 or they're $17-ish right now. It's just a good I think it's a good way to go practice for all the stuff that we don't know for right now. Okay. I still think your personal money is always going to take the cake, but most people don't have $10,000 that they want to risk while they're learning something. So one account, a month or a week or whatever you guys want to do, especially with the cheap one from Apex, just practice that way. If you're pretty good and you're pretty comfortable, go with Take Profit Trader because their accounts are more expensive up front, but there's no activation fee and their payout is better. But right now I'm not trying to get you to a payout. I'm trying to get you to profitable and comprehending and then a payout. So just being honest.
They have an activation fee, the Apex.
Apex does have an activation fee. So once you pass, there's an activation fee. And whatever that fee is up to them. Like they change it all the time. It's between like $80 and $100. So just trade one micro at a time and practice a little bit and let that account last all month.
I'm a personal take profit traders, and I practice in that.
Yeah, I like Take Profit Trader best.
I didn't know how to put in stop loss. I couldn't.
Fair.
I found out. Okay, I stop sharing. Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm super glad you got it worked out.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys. All right, I'm checking the chat. One person said FX Hours app has it. FX Hours app. Anzac Day on. I don't even know what that means. Thanks, Marika. Thank you. I'm very yawny. I'm not tired. I'm just yawny. There's no oxygen in here. That's because I'm talking so much. I'm sucking all the air out of the room. That was supposed to be funnier than I think it actually is.
That Anzac is supposed to be. It's supposed to cause us to Sydney to be closed.
Okay.
To trade for futures. So.
Yeah. Can you hear me, Miss Jenny?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Anzac Day, it's like our Remembrance Day for our soldiers over here. So it'll be closed tomorrow. Anzac's Australia New Zealand Army Corps. So started in Gallipoli back in 1917 or whether 1917. So yeah. So it'll be New Zealand and Australia be closed tomorrow.
Okay, so we're celebrating military stuff?
Yeah, it's Remembrance Day for us.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm sending you guys all the love like we would to our soldiers on Memorial Day and go barbecue or do something fun.
No, I'll be heading off in about 3 hours for dawn service.
Okay, that sounds
awesome. We start with our rum and milk at break of dawn.
Okay, you'll have to post a picture. Golden service, huh?
Oh my, there she goes all day, so you won't be getting many pictures.
Okay, fair. All right, guys. Well, that's kind of everything. We helped a couple people with the indicator. Yes, we have an update coming here shortly. Probably have a couple weeks still out on that, but you guys are doing the dang thing. Please go post on whatever YouTube channel or wherever else what you made today. I know markets will be up and down, and sometimes you get chopped around. You get people problems, tech problems, and then market problems. So it's part of it. My only goal is to help you guys get from where you're at to where you want to be. So in that note, we will not be back on until next week. I'm assuming there is trading tomorrow, though, even if there's not tonight for Sydney. So something to keep in mind. I'm guessing the U.S. equities market might still be open. But I don't know. I can't say. Either way, if you're up on the week, please don't go give it all back. If you're up on the day, you don't need more trades. You need consistent green days. That's all you're trying to accomplish is not more trades, not more money, you're not doing it. So that's the message there. Otherwise, happy trading, happy Thursday. Take care and God bless. Bye, guys.
Have an
Bye-bye.
extraordinary weekend.
Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you.
Bye, family.
Bye, family. Oh, anybody in the Discord chat, if you guys are live trading and just hanging out, go to the audio chat and just hang out, okay? Because you can be like, hey, I'm looking at NAS for the buy, you know, JGS says this, whatever symbol says
Hey,
that.
JD, I'm in the right thing with the 6FTC. I'm in the right Discord, right? And yours is a different one.
Nope, you're in there. I see you. Please don't get scammed. I'm never gonna ask you for crypto. I don't have a $3,000 package. People are getting $3,000, and I'm like, what? Shoot, I don't
Hey,
even.
Jenny, one question. JD, have you been messaging the 6FTC admin?
You said, have I been messaging?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the 6FTC admin.
I don't know. I've been messaging Jenny back and forth.
No, no, you're not. No, no, sir. Hold on.
I have some messages from a JD from in the 6FTC admin. That's why I was gonna say just for him to check his DMs. But if that's not a different JD.
No, it must be me. I thought I was responding to Jenny. I know Jenny, it has where you can personally messenger, and I think I responded in there.
See this message with the voice message is the only chat that is me. Okay, I just sent you a voice message. If that other chat does not have me, like that voice message, it ain't me. Okay.
Hang on, Jenny, because I want to make sure he doesn't block me if it's the admin account. So if you're messaging 6FTC admin, basically just make sure that you're messaging whoever's typing in the chat. But if you sent messages today, this morning, asking about some stuff, you have responses in the DM that you sent. But if you're a different JD.
So yeah, my last message, and who am I speaking to? I'm sorry.
This is Barika.
Barika. My last message was someone responded to. I was asking which company, they say,
yeah.
Hi, JD, which company did you pay $97?
Yeah, so check your DMs because I responded to that. Okay, I just want to make sure he didn't block me, Jenny, or the admin
No,
account.
you're okay. I got more messages of a scammer, and I'm like, there's literally nothing I can do about this, you guys.
Yeah,
So
I
they
ain't
out there.
give nobody no $3,000, Miss Jenny.
Okay,
Yeah.
please.
Be careful, JD. I got like 20 different Jennies hitting you for real.
Are
It's
you
for real.
serious?
Yeah. Yeah, I could screenshot. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I got them too. I joined the Discord and so many. Like, hey, we can they
The
was asking for
problem is,
money, all of that.
Be careful, y'all.
Report them and block them. I barely get to the DMs I do have. I think I have like 50 requests right now. I literally, you guys, it's just obscene, but please block and report. If you need to connect with me, one sure way to do that is to click on something I've sent in like the let's say announcements channel, right? If you click on that head, you're definitely getting to this chat. That's one way. Another way is check for mutual servers, right? But otherwise, either way, there's never going to be a day where I'm saying, hey, there's a $3,000 thing I'm doing. Come do it with me. Literally, if I honestly found something like that, I'd be talking about it right here with everybody. So it's not real. It's not a thing. Okay.
I just got an
But-
audio from you, Jenny, so it is you.
Okay.
Yeah. Before we go, I just wanted to make sure that the template is gonna be in Discord, right?
Yes, sir. I'm going to
Also.
post it in the Discord. Remember, I will put, just like Scott said, but disclaimer, if you don't have a TradingView package that allows for multiple indicators, it's not going to work for you.
Yeah, I
So
have the top one, so
Okay.
I ain't worried about it.
I'm just trying because someone's gonna be like, it doesn't work. It does. Yours doesn't work. So anyways, I will get that posted, guys. Be safe out there. Please post your wins and losses on the week. I know it's a learning process, but it's part of the process that I want to grow and learn together. So happy trading. Happy Thursday.